The following is a paid program presented by Jersey Sports Zone and RWJ Barnabas Health. Coming up, it's getting heated as we get closer to the state playoffs in winter sports. Another epic wrestling duel. Blair Academy puts their #1 national ranking on the line against the best NJSIAA wrestling squad. Delbarton and the Bucks go down to the last match in another phenomenal grappling showcase. Jimmy Mullen's on a quest for a three-peat on the mat and doing double duty at Virginia Tech. Jay Cook profiles one of the state's most decorated athletes. On the ice, Delbarton and CBA are destined to collide in the postseason, perhaps more than once. Round 2 of New Jersey's top 2 ice squads leaves the debate open on who's the best. Plus, St. Joe Montvale is a bracket buster, getting to the Bergen County Jamboree semifinals. Whenever our cameras are around, heroic acts are sure to follow. You never know who's going to step up and shine in the spotlight. The next group of high school heroes reveal themselves in another edition of JSZ TV.
Stay tuned, Jersey Sports Zone next! Yeah! Jersey Sports Zone! Jersey Sports Zone!
Welcome to another edition of Jersey Sports Zone TV, presented by RWJ Barnabas Health. I'm Rich Krampanis. We got a great show for you this week. Coming up a little bit later in the show, we'll have the last week of regular season action in high school hockey. But let's get started on the wrestling mat. A couple of weeks back, we showed you Blair Academy getting the #1 team spot in the nation when they beat Wyoming Seminary. We've got another big challenge for Blair. Jay Cook has that story.
Thanks, Rich. I'm here in Morristown for one of the biggest all-New Jersey wrestling matches we've had in the Garden State in quite some time. #1 nationally ranked Blair Academy comes here to Delbarton to face the Green Wave, who have one of their most loaded lineups in recent memory. Delbarton opens with a pair of major decisions and races out to an early lead. Freshman Jaden James wins 13-2 over Ryan Meyer at 1:13. The Green Wave go up 8-0, but Blair gets to work at 120 pounds. Look at this shot from Leo DeLuca. That is a physical 2 for DeLuca as he edges Daniel Jones in a 5-3 decision. Mark Anthony McGowan and Matty Lopes score majors at 26 and 32. Blair goes up 11-8 for their first lead. Reigning state champion Tyler Vasquez puts on a takedown clinic at 138 pounds. Vasquez came out charged up and scored a 6-2 decision against Billy DeCraker. Vasquez ties the match up at 11. Blair has a major advantage at 150. Delbarton's Cross Wazalewski is out of the lineup, so Carl Betts steps in. He had his hands full with William Hankel, one of the nation's top 150-pounders. Hankel goes on to win an 8-2 decision. Blair Academy wins consecutive bouts to take a 17-11 lead on the Green Wave. But the toughest stretch of Delbarton's lineup begins here at 157. Alessio Parentin runs right through Paul Agnesani in the first period. Parentin does his job and wins 5-3. Louis Sergio wins by decision at 165. The Green Wave have closed the gap. It's tied again at 17-all. Here is a monster bout at 175. Blair's Lorenzo Norman, Delbarton's Simon Ruiz. These two know how to scramble. Ruiz fights and gets his 2. The Cornell commit wins 4-2, and the Green Wave go in front. It's 2017 Delby with 3 bouts to go. The Bucks get a big boost at 190 from Joshua Anthony. He and Henry Forte face off, and it's Anthony walking away with a 12-6 decision to make it 20-20. Blair draws even. 215 pounds is a vital weight for Delbarton. They're thinking bonus points here. Vincent Lee is up for the Green Wave, and look at him. He goes on to capture a 12-4 major decision victory. Lee makes it a 24-20 match. Moments later, the vibe in the gym quickly changes as we go to heavyweight. Number 2 nationally ranked Carter Neves steps onto the mat for Blair. Neves is facing Connor Martin with the match on the line. Neves gets Martin on the mat almost immediately, and the clinching pin comes in just 31 seconds. Blair Academy walks it off in the final bout to beat Delbarton. 26-24 is the final in a classic between New Jersey's elite.
We had a couple tough losses tonight, but that's just, we chased those losses, so it was awesome coming down to me, but it really didn't come down to me. It came down to the other guys who had tough matches and went out there and battled. So
the Bergen County Jamboree is one of the state's most competitive county tournaments. 5th-seeded St. Joe's Montvale meets red-hot 4-seed Teaneck in the quarterfinals. Sophomore Keith McKnight gets the Highwaymen off to a good start with the reverse lay-in here. But St. Joe's surges in front. Monty Ned finishes off the turnover. The Green Knights lead 17-11 after 1. Justin Noel-Azaire had 10 points in the first half. The Green Knights are up 36-24 at the half. Teaneck has one of the top seniors in the state. That's Towson commit Tyler Tejada, who accounted for a game-high 26 points. But St. Joe's Montvale stayed in control. This is Jameer Joseph taking it to the rack. Monty Ned continued to stay involved. Here he is from downtown. It's an 11-point lead for the Green Knights at the end of 3 full quarters. Fourth quarter now. St. Joe's looks for the exclamation point. Jameer Joseph has the steal and the breakaway jam. Joseph, the football star, sure can hoop too. Joseph and Monty Ned each dropped 21 points in the win for St. Joe's. 76-65 is the final. The Green Knights advance to next week's semifinals against top-seeded Don Bosco Prep.
The Ocean Township girls are a team on the rise. The Spartans are 17-1 and debut in the state polls at number 15. Ocean's lone loss came to Shore Regional. The Blue Devils and Riley Drejos back for a rematch. They're a stellar 16-2 this year. Ocean led 10-6 after 1. In the second, Drejos gets going. The Shore senior is approaching 1,500 points in her amazing career. Ocean has a double dose of Clark, sparking this breakthrough season. Caden Clark drives baseline and pulls up for the short jumper. Then there's Eli Clark, younger sis and a sharpshooter. At the half, Ocean builds a 10-point lead. It's 26-16 Spartans. Late in the third, Ocean gets a big contribution from a freshman. Caroline Baracillo with the hoop and the foul. At the end of 3, Ocean is up 21, 45-24. And the Clark sisters were awesome. Caden to Eli for 3. I'll tell you what, these sisters were in sync. This Eli 3-ball touches the sky. 14 points for Eli Clark, and younger sis returns the favor. Look at this look to Caden Clark. She finishes with a dozen. The Spartans avenge their only loss in dominating fashion. 54-28 is your final, and the celebration is on. Ocean Township wins a Shore Division title for the first time since 1997.
I mean, losing the first time hurt, but the way we worked hard the last couple weeks, we beat Cherokee, we've been working hard together. We just came out here ready to play. We were all excited, we weren't nervous, it was just another game, but we came out here and we executed, we played good.
Time to take a break. When we come back, we head to the ice. Are Northern Highlands and Middletown North on a collision course for a rematch in the state finals? We've got highlights of the Highlanders and the Lions on the way.
I'm Mike Frankel with the Battle by the Bay in Atlantic City. The calendar has turned to February, and the plays are getting even better. Coming up later in the show, it's the Jersey Sports Zone Top 10 Plays of the Week. Stick around, JSZ. We'll be right back.
If you need to see a doctor, RWJ Barnabas Health has 2 easy ways to do it from anywhere. You can see an urgent care provider 24/7 on any device with our Telemed app. Or use our website to book a virtual visit with an RWJ Barnabas Health Medical Group provider or specialist, even as a new patient. You've taken every precaution, and so have we, so don't delay your care any longer. RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Get back the life you love.
Welcome back to the show. If the last week of the regular season of New Jersey high school hockey taught us anything, it's that we're going to be in for a wild ride when it comes to Cup season and the state playoffs. Let's get started with Jay Cook, who has another 1-versus-2 showdown to close out the Gordon Conference slate.
3 great games from around the state headline one of the busiest weeks on the ice so far this year. We get started in Randolph. CBA and Delbarton meet for the second time this season with the state's #1 ranking on the line. Delbarton's Nick Facone opens up the scoring in the first period with a shot that has pinpoint accuracy. The Green Wave get on the board first. CBA's Christian Chua is enjoying a stellar season. He had 2 first-period goals. We've got a 2-2 game after 1. Things would slow down in the second period, but the Colts get the advantage. Patrick Riley sneaks this shot through. The top defenseman in New Jersey strikes to give CBA a 3-2 lead headed to the third. This is where Delbarton surges back in. Max Pendy scores to make it 3-3, and then Brandon Schaefer puts the Green Wave in front. Delby has a 4-3 lead with 9 minutes to go. Now we fast forward. There's less than a minute on the clock. CBA pulls the goalie for a 6-on-5 advantage. Watch as the puck is freed, and Michael Gravina scores the equalizer. Whoa! Gravina's shot ties it up late, and a great game ends in a draw. 4-4 is the final. This is likely not the last time these two teams will meet this season, as the Gordon Cup and non-public state tournaments are on the horizon. Now we go over to West Orange. It's been an up and down year for Seton Hall Prep, and they get a stiff test against Northern Highlands, the clear-cut top public school in the state. The Pirates look good early. Nicholas Schneider cashes in from the slot here. Seton Hall Prep has a 2-1 lead after 1, and Northern Highlands head coach Jason Beswick pulls goalie Daniel Moore out of the game. The replacement is Quinn DeBruyne, but he comes off in the second period when his skate falls apart. So Moore is thrusted back into the game, and he looks locked in. Northern Highlands would weather the storm, but they still trail 2-1 going to the third. And that's when the Highlanders turn up the pressure. Will Brown gets a look and buries it. Brown's second goal of the game ties the game up at 2-2. Now there's under a minute to play. Northern Highlands forces a turnover at center ice. Brent Beswick has it. And take a look at this perfect pass. He threads to Will Brown. It's a goal. Oh my goodness. Will Brown has the hat trick. The goal comes with 53 seconds left on the clock. Northern Highlands wins a thriller. 3-2 is the final. The Highlanders knock off a tough Gordon Conference program thanks to huge performances from 2 of their most valuable players.
It wasn't really on me. I didn't have the puck for the most of it, just had it for the last 2 seconds. Jake Barada, center lane drive, great push in the D-back, and Brent Beswick got a great pass right to me.
I don't know if locked in is the right word. I would say it's more just let's just go out there and give it our best. At this point, there's not much else you can do other than give your best effort and try to have some fun with it.
We've got a fire marshal special in Middletown. Forget about finding an empty seat. They're lined up in the aisles and every piece of glass for the Mayor's Cup. Middletown South taking on Middletown North. The Eagles beat their arch rival on opening night. The Lions have a different script to write. Off the faceoff, Shane Harrison gets off a shot, and there's Jack Turner on the rebound. 9th goal of the year for Turner, and Middletown North strikes first. It's 1-0 Lions with 7:50 to go. Just 1:49 later, Lucas Campos with a blast, and the Eagles draw even. That's a big-time shot from Campos. Let's slow it down. Campos with the shot that navigates through traffic and goes glove high. Middletown South has tied the game at 1 apiece. The Lions once again keep the pressure on in the offensive zone. Jimmy Mullen delivers. That's his 11th goal of the year, and North Nation loves it. At the end of one, Middletown North with a 2-1 lead. In the third, Andrew Gross wins the draw. Mullen feeds it back to Gross. He shoots and scores. And Gross brings his A-game in the selling department. There's the Superman. And this goal proved to be heroic. And the celebration is on. 4-2 is your final. The Lions continue to be one of the hottest teams in New Jersey with an 8-1-4 record in their last 13 games.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the craziest games I've ever played in every single year. Like, I've never seen a crowd like this, and it's always nice to win against these guys.
It means everything, this is what we work for all season, especially that first game where we lost to South. That wasn't our best game. That was probably one of the worst games we played all year. We had to come out here, get revenge for it, get back at them.
Time to step away. When we come back, Jimmy Mullen is gearing up for one more run to Atlantic City. Jay Cook profiles the two-time state champ who's ready for 2 sports at Virginia Tech. That's when Jersey Sports Zone continues.
I'm the director of the Cancer Center, designated by the National Cancer Institute.
We are here to make an important distinction.
There are cancer centers.
And there are NCI-designated cancer centers.
Recognized for world-class research
and positive impact on their communities.
No single person is going to cure cancer.
It'll take a team effort.
That's what an NCI-designated cancer center is all about. In New Jersey, there's only one. Rutgers Cancer Institute in New Jersey, together with RWJ Barnabas Health.
It's really nice to be in a situation, in a place where there are very good people who take good care of people.
Orthopedics is it's not about saving lives, it's about saving quality of life.
A lot of people, we live high stress lives, so if you tell someone they can't do something for whatever reason, that's pretty traumatic.
I really take pride in trying to be empathetic and trying to put myself in every patient's shoes.
I want to take care of people like I'd want to take care of my family, and I think that when you do that and give somebody that family feeling and give them your honest opinion for what you would do, they value that.
We go into the JSZ archives for a blast from the past, brought to you by Princeton Orthopedic Associates.
Hey everyone, I'm James Mooney. Princeton's Madison St. Rose was named the National Freshman of the Week by the U.S. Basketball Writers Association. Back in 2022, Rich Krampanis saw St. Rose lead St. John Vianney to the final Tournament of Champions title.
The Lancers turned up the defense in the third quarter and started to pull away. St. Rose goes the distance for 2 more. But it was St. John Vianney doing what St. John Vianney does, dominate. Madison St. Rose could have played anywhere in the country. Princeton is getting a player who will no doubt be an impact at the college level.
This is just such a great feeling to finally get the opportunity with my team to play in this game and for us to just pull through. I mean, that's all I can ask for as a senior. And everyone is just super proud of each other. Every single game we had each other's backs. And I mean, that's the team that I would always want to play with.
Blast from the Past is brought to you by Princeton Orthopedic Associates, a proud sponsor of Jersey Sports Zone for the last 5 years.
I knew we had something special, and he's just charismatic. The team comes to him. Even when he was a freshman, he was a leader.
It takes a lot to become the face of a program, but what about being the heartbeat of a single sport? Whatever the formula might be, this is what we know. Jimmy Mullen has it in New Jersey. He craves having the spotlight in his face.
I think some kids aren't made for a moment, but I love it. I wish every duel came down to me because I would have my trust in myself to live up to the moment.
Known for an ear-to-ear smile, a jubilant attitude, and his trademark voluminous head of hair that seems to get longer and longer each year, Mullen is the ambassador of New Jersey high school wrestling that the sport didn't know it needed.
He's a little kid himself, and in that that mindset and that attitude of what he brings to this team, he's a winner. Jimmy just doesn't lose; he's a winner, and he comes out here and he dominates, and that's the way he does his business.
The St. Joe's Montvale product is a 2-time heavyweight state champion who won state titles as a freshman and junior. Mullen very likely could have been a 3-time winner at this point, if not for opting out of states to wrestle for Team USA during his sophomore season. But nonetheless, the quest for number 3 is here and very much in focus.
It's just about winning districts. After districts, I'll worry about regions. After regions, I'll worry about states. Right now, it's just about being a district champ again.
Mullen opened the year as the #1 ranked heavyweight in the country and looked to carry that torch during his entire senior season. But that changed in mid-January when Mullen suffered a loss to Blair's Carter Neves in the Escape the Rock tournament final. That loss crushed Mullen, but it also provided an avenue to hit the reset button.
Next morning, I called them up and we had a long talk about, what we need to do to get back in the room and, put this behind us and keep moving forward towards this goal of being a state champ. And, wasn't more than a day or two and that was behind us. We didn't think about it and we were working towards this goal.
You just can't take it easy anymore in the room. Just remind yourself what got you to this point. You got to keep doing that to get you to the next point. I started taking it easy in off season after football and just regretted, but nothing you do now is just work harder every single day.
Earlier this week, Mullen signed his national letter of intent to both wrestle and play football at Virginia Tech. That is what separated him as one of the best all-around athletes in New Jersey.
I had the opportunity at Virginia Tech to do both, and I love both teams. I love both coaching staffs. I love the school. It was the best decision for me, and thankfully I've been blessed to be able to do both sports, and I love it.
The end of the road is near. When March arrives, Mullen plans on being at Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City. He wants that final jog down the red carpet, one last hug from his dad, and one more smile on top of the podium.
Jimmy coming in here changed our program,
Childhood dream come true. I love it. I can't get enough of it.
Reporting for Jersey Sports Zone, I'm Jay Cook.
Time for one more break. Hockey dominates this week's top 10, but will they get the top spot? JSZ's Top 10 Plays is coming up next.
If you need to see a doctor, RWJ Barnabas Health has 2 easy ways to do it from anywhere. You can see an urgent care provider 24/7 on any device with our Telemed app. Or use our website to book a virtual visit with an RWJ Barnabas Health Medical Group provider or specialist, even as a new patient. You've taken every precaution, and so have we, so don't delay your care any longer. RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together.
What's going on, everyone? Neri Rodriguez here. This week on the Recruiting Roundup, Big Ten football got a big announcement as a Toms River North offensive lineman announced he's headed for Happy Valley. Let's get to know Jalen Matthews.
The 6'5", 290-pound sophomore was key on an offensive line for a Toms River North team that averaged 47 points and finished a perfect 14-0 to be crowned the first overall Group 5 state champions in state history. When it comes to offers, Georgia and Boston College were among the finalists for the class of 2025 prospect, but Matthews announced he'll lace it up for the Nittany Lions at Penn State.
Mike Frankel back at Atlantic City at the Battle by the Bay. The time has come for the Jersey Sports Zone Top 10 Plays of the Week. We once again bring you the very best from the hardwood, the wrestling mat, and the ice. So here they are, the JSC Top 10. Number 10.
In the third, Andrew Gross wins the draw. Malarney feeds it back to Gross. He shoots and scores. And Gross brings his A-game in the selling department. There's the Superman. And this goal proved to be heroic.
Number 9.
First period, Delbarton's Nick Facone brings it into the zone. He stalks and fires off a laser. What a way to start this game. Facone has his 10th goal of the season, and it puts Delbarton up 1-0 early.
Number 8. And then it's Cook with the exclamation point. Cohen Cook throws it down at the other end. 42-31, your final. A stingy defensive effort from the Stangs as Mainland clinches the Cal United Division title. Number 7.
At heavyweight, there's a clear size difference. RFH's Matt Smith has 57 pounds on Raritan's Rion Buto. Smith would go for the throw, but he's planted. Buto hangs in tough, and these are 6 huge points. That is the exclamation point on Wednesday night. Buto gets a big-time pin. Raritan goes on to win big.
Number 6.
Darius Phillips gets it to Gino Romano. Romano drives and puts it up. Phillips finishes it off at the buzzer, but there's no immediate call on the court. The referees discuss, and the basket counts. Pirate Nation is happy. Immaculate head coach Jimmy Salmon, not so much. However, Seton Hall Prep leads 28-27 at the half.
Number 5.
Fourth quarter now. St. Joe's looks for the exclamation point. Jameer Joseph has the steal and the breakaway jam. Joseph, the football star, sure can hoop too.
Number 4.
Now CBA is in desperation mode. With less than a minute on the clock, they pull the goalie for the 6-on-5 advantage. Watch as the puck is freed here. And Michael Gravina buries the shot. Whoa! Nick Desiderio gets credit on the assist, but it's Gravina hitting on the equalizer. It comes with just 36 seconds left to play. We all know there's no overtime in the regular season, so unfortunately, an incredible game ends in a draw.
Number 3.
But Carter Neves readjusts. He runs to the head, and he plants Martin for 6. Match over. Carter Neves delivers a walk-off pin for the win. 26-24 is the final.
Number 2.
The Crimson put together its most complete effort of the year. Evan Jones keeps it in, and Hollis Humphreys sauces one to Ryan Tartaglione. Wow! A tremendous finish by Tartaglione, but we need to give Hollis Humphreys props on one of the best apples of the year. This is a picture-perfect saucer pass over the defender's stick. Morristown Baird in control, up 3-0.
And the number 1 play of the week.
Now there's under a minute to play. Northern Highlands forces a turnover at center ice. Brent Beswick has it. And take a look at this perfect pass. He threads to Will Brown. It's a goal. Oh my goodness. Will Brown has the hat trick. The go-ahead goal comes with 53 seconds left in the game. The Highlanders take a 3-2 lead off another snipe from Will Brown.
For our team at Jersey Sports Zone, I'm Rich Krampanis. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you here next Sunday at 11:30 a.m. on WLNY TV with more New Jersey high school sports action on Jersey Sports Zone TV.
I'm the director of a cancer center designated by the National Cancer Institute.
We are here to make an important distinction.
There are cancer centers.
And there are NCI designated cancer centers.
Recognized for world-class research
and positive impact on their communities.
No single person is going to cure cancer.
It'll take a team effort.
That's what an NCI designated cancer center is all about. In New Jersey, there's only one. Rutgers Cancer Institute in New Jersey, together with RWJ Barnabas Health.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
The proceeding was a paid program presented by Jersey Sports Zone and RWJ Barnabas Health.